Hi guys, it's Kara and I wanted to share one of my recent fountain pen purchases with you guys. This is another pen that I picked up from the Goulet Pen Company. It's my favorite place to shop for fountain pens. They have quite the variety, really reasonable prices, and their shipping is super fast, at least for me in Alaska. And I also really appreciate the care they take with wrapping everything up, because you are often dealing with inks and pens that you've spent quite a bit of money on, so you want them to make it through the mail, you know, all intact, and so they do a good job with that. And they also have really great customer service. So I will put a link down below so you guys can check them out if you are not already aware of their store. And having said that, just to point out, I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I just appreciate good customer service, and I do most of my shopping online, so that's why I wanted to mention them. I had been kind of looking for a demonstrator fountain pen, which, if I'm understanding it correctly, is a clear fountain pen where you can kind of see all the inner workings of the pen itself, and was having a hard time picking. There were just some things that I didn't like about certain pens until I found this one. So I picked up, let's see if this will focus, a Monteverde Artista crystal fountain pen. And I'll take off this kind of cardboard sleeve. And there's the box, and I apologize for the glare. And here is the pen inside of it. So I got the clear one, even though it does come in lots of colors, and there was even a pink one. I decided to get the clear. It comes with a couple ink cartridges. I think that's a blue and a black if I remember right. Yeah, ink cartridges, because it will accept standard, I believe they're called short ink cartridges. And then this just has, of course, the normal little, like, here are the parts of your pen kind of thing in there. So that's what comes in the box. But let me tell you about this pen and why I picked it. I'm not going to go over all the ins and outs of this pen because Brian Goulet from the Goulet Pen Company has an excellent video on it, and I think if you search on YouTube you're going to find a ton of them as well. I know I looked at a few when I was trying to decide, but here were the key things for me. The first thing was the lid itself is completely clear. On some of the other ones that I've seen, they had like a white piece inside of it, or something kind of blocking the view of the pen nib. And I just think that's a really cool feature, and I want to be able to see that if I'm going to have a demonstrator pen. So that's the one thing I really liked. And the other one is that, if you can see that, the feed itself is clear. So when you put the ink in your pen, either in the using a cartridge or using the converter, and it comes out the feed, you should be able to see the color of the ink. So I thought I would ink this up with you guys and see what we see when we do this. So let me grab my nasty stained little rag that I always put out when I'm doing this, so if I make a mess, it's not all over the place. And I'm going to use one of my ink samples. I have a ton of ink samples also from the Goulet Pen Company. I'm going to use this one, Noodler's Ink Liberty Elysium Blue. It's gorgeous blue. At least it looks gorgeous here, so I thought it would be really pretty to try in this pen. And I'm going to do it a little bit of a, I don't know, an easier way for me. You can just dip the pen in the ink and, you know, use the little mechanism to draw it up. But I'm going to use a little syringe that I got from the Goulet Pen Company and do it that way, because I seem to make less of a mess when I do that. So, and I don't know that I'm doing all of these things, you know, the way an expert fountain pen user would. I'm definitely an amateur, so keep that in mind as you're listening to me. These are just my amateur opinions. And I'm going to do this and draw some ink up into the syringe. Not exactly sure how much I'll need. Hopefully not more than that, but if so, I'll get some more. And then I have that little piece all the way down to the bottom, and I'm just going to put this in here like so and slowly squeeze the ink into there. And put the extra back in there. I will clean that in just a minute. I think that's on there pretty well. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to push just a little bit of ink, and this is probably not the best angle to be doing this, but I want to see if we can see the feed change colors. Can you see that? Look at the blue ink coming through. That is pretty cool. Look at that. Okay, so let me just see if I have enough through there to get it to write on something. Okay, so let me just move this out of the way a little bit. I'm going to screw the pen body back on there. And this is a medium nib. I think that's the only size that they come in. This is not fountain pen paper I'm grabbing, just something to write on. Let's see. So remember, this is not fountain pen paper. It's just something I had handy. This is a really, at least so far, smooth nib. It's writing really well. So there's that. You can see how well it flowed out just right after that. And you can see the whole mechanism in there with the ink. And then the really cool part, now that nib is blue. So I'm going to use this for a little while, you know, several days, few weeks, that kind of thing. And I will do kind of a follow-up post about this pen and let you know how much I like it or not like, or don't like it after a long period of time. I will say, after a longer period of time, I guess I should say, I do like the feel of this pen. It's not super heavy, but it is a nice feeling pen and it fits really well in my hand. It does have kind of a shiny metal part here that I know some people worry about if you do a lot of writing, your fingers slipping, but I think I hold mine far enough back that actually this little part here is going to kind of prevent that from happening for me. So anyway, I just wanted to show this pen to you guys, show you the kind of the before and after of how it looks, because it is, I think, just a beautiful pen. And like I said, I will do a follow-up in a few weeks and let you know how I like it. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. I'm happy to get back to you. If you're interested in this pen, like I said, I will leave a link to the Goulet Pen Company. I should mention they are having a special right now. I believe if you buy a Monteverde pen, with the exception of a couple of them, the Paquito and I think the Tool or something pen, you get a Monteverde bottle of ink of your choice with your new pen, which was not the special when I recently bought this. So if you're interested, it's a good time to get one of these. I've even thought about getting the pink one, but just to let you know that is an option. And for the two that only take cartridges, the Paquito and the other one, they're giving out ink cartridges to go with the pens, which I think is really nice. I also wanted to mention I did pick up a couple of bottles of ink from them. I got the Noodler's Bad Black Moccasin because I wanted a water-resistant bulletproof black ink to use in my Hobonichi. So I got this one to try out. I'm using it in a different pen and I love it. It's a great black. I will do a review on that again in the next few weeks. I want to use it for a while, but it's a really nice solid black. I like that. And then I picked up a bottle of my Lamy Coral ink that you guys know I love because I've been hoarding the ink cartridges. So I figured since it was a limited ink, I would pick up a bottle and just to show you guys, this is what it looks like. Look how pretty. I love that. So anyway, I may have to try that one in here next if I don't continue on with some of my ink samples. But anyway, those are the good things that I picked up from the Goulet Pen Company. Like I said, links will be down below. Leave me any questions. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you are having a great day wherever you're at. Bye!